We are live. Another show, Real Talk with JT. And today I have someone really special, the master of content production and social media reach, the guy who really thinks outside the box. He's not standard in any other way. And of course, he brings the fire to the calls at all the times. My man from New Jersey, Ed Stulak, my brother.
Ciao. What's up? Bring the fire is right. We need some in this winter storm that we just
Oh
got hit
yeah.
with.
Oh yeah. Unbelievable, right? Like I get up to the office yesterday, I was like, the flurries are falling down. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I know, right? It's wild, but hey, we got to bring some fire here for the audience and
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah.
let's do it.
Good stuff, man. So Ed, before we go into your business a little bit, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like who is Ed besides selling shitload of real estate in New Jersey?
So, Ed, hockey player, and whiskey connoisseur. Let's call it. Social media has been part of my life for the past decade. Been doing social media for a long time now, diving into Instagram and shortly after TikTok, and just really dissecting the things that not your average professional might know or understand. So, that's what I've been learning about for the past decade, as I mentioned, and just doing things a little differently. What's up, John? So I wanted to do things a little differently in the sense of social media. Like, what else can social media do for one's business, one's platform, one's brand, one exposure? I've been doing that every single day since 2012. So here we are, 2023. I'm traveling, speaking on stages. I just got back from San Francisco. Hello, Monica. I see some comments coming in. Awesome. Just got back from San Francisco out there. Did an event in front of 150 plus people, and that was awesome. And yeah, man, it's been a fun ride. So I'm excited to be here and chit chat with you.
That's great, man. So 2012, is that when you jump into real estate?
No, that was when I jumped onto Instagram.
I see.
So yeah,
Okay.
so I was just graduating from high school in 2012, and right when I got into college was kind of when I started to download Instagram and start to play with it. I posted my first picture, like
Chasing the
2012 was just
girls on
super early.
Instagram.
That's right. And yeah, man, it was just one thing after another, and I learned this trick and then that strategy, and then I realized this is the best way to grow online, and here's a hack, all this stuff, so that I've kind of evolved and improvised over the years. But yeah, so since then I got into Instagram, into the social media world. I got into real estate in 2016.
Wow. Okay, so 4 years after. And so tell me, where was at 20 years ago and where was at 10 years ago? I know 10 years ago you said you graduated from college, kind of playing with the Instagram, but where were you 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I was 9 years old. So
Wow.
20 years ago, I was 9 years old. I was playing hockey on the streets and still identifying who I am as a person. I don't
You're
know what I
playing a
was doing.
hockey ball
That's right. I was
with a tennis
outside on the
ball?
streets.
Nice.
Yeah, no, hockey was my life. That was my world. It's what I did forever. So hockey taught me leadership. Hockey taught me friendship, team members.
Yeah.
Kind of aligning with one another. It taught me a lot of things that I'm implementing in today's world. So I owe sports a lot.
I love it. So I mean, and I think sports and business, right? There's so many things, which are super relative. So I like that. You bring, a tennis, a hockey player, right, and sort of bringing the same discipline into the business itself. Like, what kind of impact did it had on your business?
Just really leading. Honestly, when I was named captain in high school for the ice hockey team, they taught me more so about how to be a proper leader, how
Mhm.
to lead a team to success, to victory, just to motivate them when times are down, motivate them when times are up. Like how to strike while the iron is hot in some circumstances. So same thing I bring over to the real estate world. When my clients are down, I have to bring them back up. We're not getting offers
Mm.
accepted. That's okay. It's just not meant to be. This is how we're going to do it. We got to tweak this. We got to do that. Don't worry, we're good. right? And they feel good. And then I go in my car and I cry for a little bit, like, damn it, why it's not working, but I don't show
It's
that to
not gonna
them.
go through. Oh my god, I spent all the money already, you know?
You gotta lead. You can't really show you gotta have a poker face in this game. So that's kind of what hockey taught me, is just being a leader when you don't want to be, and you just have to be. And put a smile on your face even when you don't want to.
Yeah.
Those days suck, but you have to do it. And even if you lose, right? You lose a game, it's all good. We're gonna get the next one. That's fine. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. It's not the end of the season, right? And certainly not end of the career. So I like that focus always, on the solution rather than the problems, themselves, and kind of really, leading in the customer in this crazy world of buying real estate and selling the confidence and energy that I think we really sell. Not necessarily knowledge, but I think many times it's the confidence and the energy which we really bring to the table. And I know you, Ed. I mean, yeah, you selling energy for sure. I know that. So just I want to rewind. So 2016, like, how did you get into real estate? Like, who introduced you to the business?
So again, the hockey world, all right? How when I was playing hockey, I was playing against this one guy, and him and I were rivals. We're not friends. And he took a
Hey,
picture on Facebook, and he was in this beautiful blue suit, this beautiful New York City skyline behind him, and I was so distracted from all else, right? I was focused on this guy and his Facebook picture that he just posted. So I asked him, I said, "What do you do?" And he said, "Real estate, New York City." I said, "All right, can I shadow you? Can I, be with you? And like, can I just see that world? Because it looks intriguing." And so, long story short, that's how I got into real estate. I just saw, something that an online photo kind of intrigued me, and I just took the next steps to figure out how to get into it. So, mom and dad, they're not into real estate. No one's in realtor in my family. None of that. No one's a lender. Nothing of that sort. It was just cool. I get to wear suits and do my own thing. Yeah, sign me up. I'm in.
it looked like something which you want to do, right, in the
Oh,
future.
big time, big time. I always wanted to be in a suit, you know. So
And did you, when you started in 2016, right? Did you start it off with social media, since you've been doing social for about 4 years now? So you
mhm.
probably had a good following on your channels as well, right?
I had about eight. Well, it's funny because I looked back at my statistics. I had about 8,700 plus followers back in
That
2016.
wow.
So so I was learning how to grow my Instagram, and that was all organic. Those were people that I got through shout outs. I personally connected with them. I was doing engagement for engagement, like for like, and follow for follow, and this and that. I was doing all these different types of strategies that were working back then. And I realized that I connected with this person who I got to collaborate with. And then when the beautiful art of collaboration was born, I was thinking, well, why don't I collaborate with this person and take their following as well? So let's work together a lot, create a lot of content. I take some of your followers, you take some of mine, and we grow each other. So I was doing a lot of that stuff, which got me to 8,700 followers. And right when I got into real estate, I continued using these strategies and these hacks and algorithms towards my real estate business, which shortly after I got my first deal from it. I got my
Mhm.
first lead from it. And then I got another one. And then I got another one. And I'm thinking, this is working. If it's working for me, love your animation. If it's works for me, why shouldn't it work for someone else? And shortly after that, I was approached by a Remax broker, and he reached out to me and said, "Ed, I see all you're doing. Could you come and teach me?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, of course, I would love to." He said, "How much do you charge?" Huh? How much do I charge? I'd never thought of that. I don't know. I just threw a random number, 150. He's like, "Done deal." I was like, "No freaking way! Am I about to make $150 on just talking about what I love, social media? No freaking way!" And so I came to his office, spent 4 hours there with him, and I taught him everything under the sun. that I knew about social media, which at that point I realized, oh shit, this is a little too for $150, and I think this is, my time is.
Yeah, I was thinking I would probably invite you to our office for that rate if it still stands.
So after that,
We'll give you good coffee and some cookies and
uh,
bagels too. The food
thank you.
comes with
Yeah,
it, by the
you
way.
got me on the cookies and the bagels. Yeah, the
Good,
New
good.
York bagels. And yeah, so it was after then that I realized if he needs it, then I'm sure so many other realtors do need it too.
Hmm.
And that's kind of when my social media consulting and brand just begun. So I started teaching realtors around the world about social media and Instagram branding and all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, my following went from 8,700 to 10,000 to 15,000 to 25 to 30 to 40 to 50, and now we're here where we are. And it started growing so rapidly once I identified the niche that I want to focus on, tailor my content to their fit, give them what they want, and be very consistent with it. And if I continue that formula, the success will come, the growth will come, the followers will come, business will come from that because of constant repetition, constant awareness, constant exposure, constant repetition of my name, Stulak, like it's logical to me. I'm
Hmm.
thinking if celebrities are getting such names like this, if it's constantly Kylie Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Kylie Jenner, she's doing this, she's doing that, Kylie Jenner's doing this, people are going to remember that name very, very well. But she
Yeah.
has to be doing something for the world. So I kind of reverse engineered that. How can I bring something to the world, be very repetitive with it, consistent with it, attractive with it in a sexy way, and make people think, oh, that's that guy, that's the dude on
Hmm.
social media. That's what I've become, and it's cool. I'm very honored. I see, even just the comments that are rolling in of some people I've connected with because of social media. You and I connected of social
Yeah.
media, and so many others. So that was my ramble. I'm gonna stop there for the next question.
It was great. I mean, I'm taking notes myself. Pretty amazing. And I mean, we met on social, and it is so funny. Yet we are paisanos too.
Yes, we are.
You know what I mean? And we didn't know. We're like, oh, where you from? Are you from Slovak Republic? You're from Czech? Like, get out of here!
Yeah,
Can't believe that.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to play
Small
hockey as
world.
well, by the way.
Oh, I bet you're from Turkey. You gotta have that in you. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really good with the skates though. I was more of the hockey ball guy.
It's all good. I'll
More
teach
of
you.
a running.
I'll teach you some stuff.
So I have a couple of questions, Ed. So I know you said the collaboration, right? So back in 16, you did a lot like a cross promotion with different professionals, or were there agents as well? But how did you grow your channel from their channel? Like, can you give us a couple of tactics on that?
So the ideal type of collaboration. Who did I just see recently do it? It was two big companies. Um, I don't want to butcher this, but for example, I know Adidas and Continental, the tires like on the cars, they have a collaboration right now for one of their shoes. The bottom of the shoe of the Adidas is made from like the Continental tires, and now it's Continental and Adidas collaboration. Boom, right? And they expose each other. Continental is being exposed to the Adidas traffic and the Adidas world and the Adidas people that are Adidas advocates, right? And then the Continental can say, look, we're partnered up with the shoe line. We're tough. We're tough shoes, right? Tough tires. Just an example like that. Or if you see a tracksuit where you see, I don't know, Puma and someone else, and it's the fabric is made from, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if companies like that are doing collaborations, why shouldn't we be doing the
Yeah.
same thing? So what I mean by that is, you and I partner up and do a Instagram reel, for example, where, I don't know, we're teaching something. I'll teach the real estate side of New Jersey. You teach the real estate side of New York. We'll do a quick little 14, 15-second video, nothing long, very quick, straight to the point, because that's where we're at today with 2023 world. Everyone's attention span is very short and snappy. Like, let's just get to it. I don't have time. And so we deliver it quickly. And if we do that once, twice, 5 times, 10 times, after the 8th time, you're hoping, right? Someone is going to scratch their head and say, I've seen this guy, John. Where I have seen John? Oh, John and Ed have been doing so many videos together. And then, boom, we hit them with another video together. Damn, there they are again. Right? And now, all of a sudden, you're going to pique someone's interest, saying, who is this John dude? Let me click on him. And then they click on your profile, and then it's up to them. If your content is good and sexy, they'll follow you themselves. You don't have to force them or pay them. They'll do it themselves because, wow, you're valuable. But if you're not valuable, there's no reason for them to go ahead and follow you for what?
Mhm.
Is you're a good looking dude? Yeah, sure. Okay, one reason. But then what? Right? They can unfollow you 5 weeks from now and you lose them. So the
Yeah.
retainment
Mhm.
factor comes into play. Now that's a variable that's very important to never neglect. How do you retain the follower that you brought in? It's a whole scientific formula. It's a psychological one at
Mhm.
that matter. So you bring someone in, that's fine, because they saw a lot of reels that you and I are collaborating on. Cool. They click on your profile, great. Now they see a bio. They see where you're from, your name, your location, this and that. What do you do? Profile picture, cool. Seems like a cool dude. I look at your following. Okay, cool. It's there. I see your pictures. All right, cool. I'm getting it. I get it. Right. And then they see a video. All right, cool. This guy is actually teaching me something. Like, this is cool. I need to follow this guy. I want to reach out to him because I like his vibes or I like his content or I just like his look. I don't know. Right. This is where that comes into play. Then they click that follow button. But they click that follow button for a reason, to get more of what you've been giving. So if you're not giving it, if you stop out of nowhere because, oh, my social media doesn't work and my engagement is low and I'm not getting followers and what do I do to get more love and likes? Tell them, just shut up, stop it, and stop overthinking. Continue to post because the people that followed you are there for a reason. Do not lose them. You have no idea how many advocates you have that are already watching your stuff. You might get 2 likes, but those are exact 2 likes that matter the most to you. Those might be the 2 likes that are going to give you more exposure than you'll probably ever get. You don't know. You don't know who knows who. You don't know who knows what. So the point is, if you're not retaining that following and you're not constantly giving them what they want and why they followed you in the first place, you're going to lose them. They're going to unfollow you. So what do you do to retain them? Constantly give them the stuff that they want. Give them some love. Give them some support back. All right, that's another important thing. People stop giving love to those that give love to them.
Mhm.
I don't know. I know too many people that just like your stuff or they like other people's and they don't do anything about it. Or oh my favorite part, when someone comments and no one comments back. What it's such a simple little gesture. If you see someone outside on the street walking their dog and they say hi, what are you going to be a bad? I don't want to curse. A
Two
bad
days, two
person.
days, 2 days later. Hi.
What are you going to say hi
Oh,
to?
you're not here anymore.
Hi.
Where did you go?
In this business, it's very important. You've probably heard the term. People watching, we've heard the term speed to lead. Lead comes in, and you better be calling them right there and then. Because if you don't, well, speed to lead, very important. So get on them. Same thing should cross over to the social media world. People that engage, you want to get back to them as soon as you can. Like engage with them while they are there. So
No, so good, man. I agree with you 100%. By the way, guys, this is a podcast slash webinar. So if you have any questions, just drop it down in the comments below and we'll get them answered. If you like this, give us some thumbs, give us some hearts, share it with your loved ones so they can take advantage of it as well. And you know what? Let's keep on rolling at. I know you said 3 things, right? The content has to be informative, it has to be attractive, and it has to be consistent. And I think the frequency, it is super important. If we talk about TikTok or Reels and Instagram, what is the perfect recipe? Like how many stories, how many videos, how frequently would you be posting? Of course, taking into consideration it's a good value stuff, not just your breakfast and lunch and dinner at all times.
TikTok should be an everyday thing. You should be constantly posting on there at least once a day on the TikTok. Post more if you can, but not everyone has all that type of content. Even sometimes I have trouble doing it. It's not easy. So don't overwhelm yourself, but if you can, aim for once a day on TikTok. 2, Instagram story. You want to be posting on Instagram story every single day. Here is a 2023 update that has been working for me and a lot of my students and a lot of other agents I've been training and my team is when I notice that my engagement is low on Instagram stories and I post and I only have a few hundred views, for example, or a few, whatever, whoever might get whatever,
Few
10,
hundred, I was
10
like, few
views,
hundred. I mean, I
uh,
wish I could have a few hundred views on my story. I was,
whatever might be 10 views, might be 30, might be 80, whatever it is, right? If you're noticing a little bit of a low influx of engagement and views, don't post for 24 hours. Just back off for a second. 24 hours, no post, no IG story, nothing. Just back away. Let it do its thing. Let it reset. And then once the 24-hour interval is done with, then go ahead and reshare something or post something. The first post on your Instagram story should never be a reshare, should never be a repost, should never be something that you're sharing from some other account or whatever. Don't do that. Do something more so personal. Take a picture, take a video of something. Make that your first post. The psychological thing today is that when someone sees a reshare or a repost, they just skip the post. They don't even care what it is. They just go on to the next story. That's how it's been. So we don't want that to be happening, right?
Unless you're resharing Ed Stulak stuff, of course.
Unless you're sharing my stuff, then you're good to go, yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been noticing a lot of, is that if you're not seeing engagement, just don't post for 24 hours, give it a break, and then repost, and then post something new. And see how that works.
It's funny that sometimes, I forget to post on my stories for a day, and you have that, like, the plus thing on the thing. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't post anything today. And then I post the next day, the reach goes up.
Right.
Like, you get that boost automatically,
Yeah, of course. So that's what I'm saying. Give it a shot. See if it works, because I stopped posting for one day, and the next day that I posted, I think I had, I don't even know, like 1,500 views in a matter of like 2 hours or something. It was ridiculous. It was like, I don't get this much.
Was that the vacation thing? You coming back after a few days?
Could be.
They really missed you. They're like, hey, Ed is back.
I don't know when it was, but whenever it was, that's when I identified. Maybe this is a little trick that works in 2023.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love that. And so you said stories all the times. How many would you say? Like 5, 10 at a minimum? What is the speed number for the stories?
Minimum 5 a day. Maybe some in the morning, afternoon, evening. Like, spread it out. Because again, if you're gonna post, it really matters about spreading them out. If you're posting 5 in the morning and then that's it for the day, you might get, for example, your best friend might see that, and they're just gonna tap 5 times, go through your stories, and then your little bubble up top goes away.
So the stories, it's like just keeping the people engaged and in front on their timeline, basically, showing up throughout the day. Staying in front of their face at all times.
That's it. It really is a walking billboard. Every single damn time that you pop up on their picture, on their post, on their feed, on their whatever, on their story, it's a walking billboard. So why do people pay so much money for billboards? Because there's a lot of cars that pass by that billboard every month, every day, every week. They see constantly the same thing. Like, why? Just social media, so easy. People overthink it too much.
Yeah. And I think, Instagram and TikTok, it's free for now, right? But it might not be free for too long. We'll find out.
Yes, we'll see.
Yeah. What about with the reels? I know you said TikTok every day. Would you also post a reel or a still post on your Instagram as well every day?
Aim for 4 to 6 reels a week.
4 to 6 a week.
Between 4 to 6 should be the right sweet spot. You're posting it's almost every day, right? You're posting all the time as much as you can. Sometimes post twice a day. If you can, post 3 times a day. But again, we come to the obstacle of, I don't have that much content to post. All right, well then calm down. Do as much as you can. Don't overwhelm yourself. That's all good. Just post as much as you can.
Yeah. Now I know also it's super important about the quality of the content itself, right? So the delivery and the message, it's important. But also what you do with it. Like, what are some of the bells and whistles, maybe the subtitles, or maybe some text, or maybe you're tagging people. Like, what are some of the things which the agents can do to really increase that reach?
Put subtitles on. Subtitles for sure. Don't forget them. Subtitles. That's, people are listening or watching your videos without the audio today. So your lips might be moving, but they might not be hearing it. So make sure your subtitles are popping up at least, because they can visually see it. So subtitles for sure. And number two, text, having big text as the cover photo. So make a sexy cover photo too. It's the first thing that people are going to see when they stumble upon your page. Let them know exactly what that little box is about. What is this video? If I click it, will I know what it's about? And if I don't, the odds, the conversion of them clicking on it, a little less, So make sure you have text and subtitles, good cover photos and subtitles.
I love that. What about tagging people and resharing it as well? Do you see, that helps the boast by collaboration with other agents? No.
Mm-mm. If the post has nothing to do with the people that are tagged, it's a waste of a tag. Some might like it, just out of being kind and wholehearted.
Feeling sorry.
But right, like not even sorry. It's just like he's my boy, or I like her. She's cool, so I'm gonna leave her a tag or comment on her page or comment, tag like one of her photos.
Tag mom and
Um,
grandma and all the
yeah.
uncles and aunts, right?
But when I get tagged in photos that I have nothing to do with, or a video that I have nothing to do with, like it just, oh my god, it frustrates me. It's the same thing as if someone standing outside the grocery store asking for money. I don't even want to talk to you. Like, don't even look at me.
Mm.
I go away, right? That's just honestly how I feel, number one. But number two, it doesn't really help because it has nothing truly to do with them. So you're tagging all these people. Instagram detected it as like you're just begging for likes or begging for engagement. So don't do it.
Don't tag if it's not
Yeah.
if it's not relevant to him.
Don't tag me. Stop tagging me. No.
You know who we're talking about, right? Exactly. Stop tagging tag at.
No, that's just me being real, right? Real talk. This is real talk.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Keeping
not
it real.
sugarcoating anything here. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Like, if it's not nothing to do with anyone, don't tag them. No reason to.
Now, does it has a negative impact on the algorithm? Let's say if you tag people and they don't like it or they don't watch it or maybe they give you thumbs down, like does Instagram punishes you for that as well?
Not too much. They're just not gonna give you as much exposure as you possibly might be getting. Right. So back then, 10 years ago, you were for every 10 followers you had, you were getting 9 of them seeing your stuff, commenting, liking. It was a big ratio, 90%. Today it's much less. It's like 1 to 2 out of 10 people. And it sucks. So if you're taking advantage of all the algorithms that used to work, for example, posting 30 hashtags on the comment, and like 30 hashtags is the most that you can do, but I don't think it's as relatable if you were to do maybe 5 to 6 strong hashtags that make sense for that picture, that post. So don't go too much, too overboard. Don't be liking a lot of pictures. Don't be commenting this nonsense. Don't be tagging a lot of people. Don't be, I don't know, things like that. So,
Yeah. I want to switch. I want to switch gears over here a little bit. I know we talked about posting relevant, informative, sexy frequently content, but I know you all about also using the social media as a prospecting, or I should say relationship building tool,
mhm.
right? So you're not just posting, but you actually reaching out to people. So what are some of the strategies you do use to really build that relationship with people and keep the follower count so they don't leave you?
So it's funny because right before we hopped on this podcast, I'm just pulling up the message. So I received a new follower. Shout out to Kristen. So I
What's up,
received
Kristen?
her as a follower, and right away before we hopped on the podcast, I had about 2 minutes before we hopped on and went live, and I sent her a video and I just said, "Hey Kristen, thanks for following me. I appreciate your love. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. And from agent to agent, let me know. Ciao."
That's it. Keep
And
it
I
keep it
didn't.
short and sweet, and you can
Okay.
shoot it out in a few seconds because you've done it before thousands of times.
So many times, but that's so easy to do, though. Just like you and I are having a conversation, simple conversation. This the same thing that we're doing online as well. It's commenting, messaging, but a lot of people don't take that a personal approach. I was just in the airport the other day, and I was waiting for my flight, and I had about 15 minutes before boarding, and this was right. Oh, this is San Francisco, and I was just leaving San Francisco after the event, and I had about, I don't even know, maybe 80 new followers from the event, and you better believe that I went through every single person and I reached out to them with a personal video. Each single one I spent about maybe 15 to 20 seconds on. So that took some time. If you add that all up, my 15 minutes was definitely full with reaching out to people. I
Yeah.
sent them a personal video message. I said, "Hey John, dude, love your headset, love your mic. By the way, I love the black background. Like that's so awesome. I'm probably gonna do that at my place. Listen, dude, thanks for the follow. I appreciate your love and support, man. If there's anything I can ever do for you, like talk to me. I'm here. Ciao." Notice that I didn't say, "Hey, what's up, man?" or "Hey, what's going on? Pleasure to connect. Thanks for the follow. If you need anything, ciao." It wasn't that. It was personal. It was, dude. You should see one video that I sent. It was so funny. Her name was Alejandra, and right when I saw Alejandra, I thought of the Lady Gaga song Alejandro. And so immediately I went onto Spotify real quick and I typed in Alejandro and I filmed myself playing the song Alejandro. And then I stopped the song and I was like, yo, I'm so sorry for just making a total fool out of myself. But like, I wanted to say that song reminded me of your name. Anyway, put that aside. Alejandro, pleasure to connect with you. Dude, she laughed her ass off. She responded back like, "That was so funny. I can't believe you played the Alejandro song."
And I
Dude,
think, it's amazing. And then I think that's why you are so successful with the social media, because you're not afraid being you and
mm,
being different on the videos, right? And how you delivering the message.
just myself, man. If people don't like it, that's okay. I'll find someone else that likes it, and I'll keep going. It's the same thing like the cold callers, which I'm not good with, but the cold callers, they're okay with getting the F you or screw you, never call me again, right? They're like motivated by it. They're like, okay, next one, let's go until I get a yes. I don't know. Same thing on my social media. Like I might get some haters. God, have I gotten some haters in the past, and I still do. And it's funny. I laugh. I respond to their hatred with love. Like, hey, I appreciate your feedback so much. It means a lot. It helps me improve my business. And they're like, screw you. You're being sarcastic. I'm like, thank you so much for your feedback once again. I appreciate it. Dude, oh my God, I can't stand it. But I go find someone that does like my stuff, and that's it, dude. Just like let me find some other people that are like me, dude. So yeah.
That's it, man. I love that. And I mean, with the content, right? And you reconnecting with the agents and sending them the messages, do you see what difference in terms of retention of the followers do you see because you're sending the messages now?
Oh, so much higher. Why would someone unfollow me for me sending that message? That was like such a personal. If we're taking it out of context, put it on offline, okay? I bump into someone on the street and I'm like, "Wow, that's a cute dog you have. Like, what's his name?" Never have I ever bumped into someone on the street unless it's like a
In New York?
service dog, let's just say. Okay, let's say New York. Well, New York is a different story, a different animal. But let's say I bump into someone and I'm like, wow, that's a cute dog. Let's say 9 out of 10, unless you're in New York City, 9 out of 10 times, they're going to acknowledge you and say, oh my God, it's a Shih Tzu and his name is Benny, right? They're going to respond. But imagine that 1%, maybe you're going to find them in New York, but like you say, wow, that's a cute dog. What's his name? And they say, ah, screw you, don't talk to me. Oh my God, no, it almost never happens. It's always
Yeah.
the opposite. So why not? Why do you think it's going to be any different online? I don't know.
Yeah.
Show love, show appreciation, just show that you're genuine, that you're generous. I don't know. That's what I've learned. The one book that has changed my perspective on business and life, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I believe it was chapter 4 or 5, and the chapter was just about showing genuine interest. Show genuine interest. I'm going to say this: show genuine interest. Literally show it, and people will actually feel acknowledged and cared about and loved. Why would they go attack you? Why would they go against you? Why would they unfollow you, block you, show hate towards you? Unless there's something going on upstairs that is not right. Okay. Other than that, they love that. Right? People love to be heard. People love to be seen. Give it to them.
I love it, man. And I know I want to be conscious of the time. and you got to jump the plane because you flying again, delivering value to people, which I love all the times. Maybe one day we'll be traveling together a little bit
That's
more
right.
in the future. But if you can start all over again, right, with the social media, what are some of the biggest lessons?
It just this one strategy that I'm doing today, honestly, just being personable with the followers that I already have, and just giving them exactly what they want, and patience. It will grow. It will grow steadily, slowly. You don't need to go and attack 10,000 followers overnight. You can go and attack five, and five will compound into 30 very soon. 30 will compound into 100 shortly after. That will slowly grow and grow and grow.
So,
Enjoying the process of this as well, and not striving to compete so much online. It's not a competition. Enjoy the process, because what I go back to is the fundamental reason why Instagram was created. Do you know why it was created? Do you know like the true roots of Instagram?
I believe it was sharing photos, right, for people.
It was sharing photos. It was a digital photo album for us to look
Wow.
back at 20 years, 40 years, 50 years from now and say, look at this timeline of my photos. This is literally the photo albums that we have in our houses of our grandkids and grandma, grandpa, and great 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 grandpa. I mean, look, this is great great grandpa. This right here just goes down, but digitally. It's digital now. That's why Instagram was created, not to go and get business, not to go and try to hunt for the next sponsorship deal or anything of that sort. Those are all just add-ons. They're bonuses of what else social media can do in Instagram. So I go back to the fundamental reasoning behind social media. It was created as a digital photo album. So I post pictures now, I post videos, so I know that the 70-year-old Ed Stulak is going to have an awesome day one day, just scrolling through the pictures and posts and be like, holy shit, this is what I did December 15, 2015. This is wow. This is where I was in 2018. This is what I did in 2030. This is amazing. Wow, look at this life. And it's all on there. Just like everything evolves. So I know this was definitely a little bit of a different approach, or maybe different advice that people might give for what they would do when they can start over. But starting over with the mindset that I have today, I feel like I would be taking on social media with a little bit of a different mindset, a more realistic mindset that would not make me go crazy. It would make me enjoy the process more. It would make me enjoy my business more. And that's it.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. And I think the Instagram is really for us to use it for personal stuff as well, even though predominantly it's for business now. What would you say it's a healthy percentage of each? Would you say it's 25% personal and maybe 75% business? Or what do you find to be like a good balance between those two?
I have a 81-19 rule. 81% personal, 19% business. Just a
Wow.
little bit, a little bit.
Wow.
Don't give it too much, but give it to them in a little bit. People will reach out by themselves. I had a girl today reach out to me on Instagram DM. She said she saw a video of another realtor, and she's like, "This reminded me of you." Thanks.
81% personal and 19% business.
Mhm.
Pretty incredible.
Be personal. People talk to you when you're personal. We don't like when people talk to us about, hey, I have this new fitness program coming out. I think you should be a part of it. Don't talk to me. Not interested. Why don't you instead approach me from a, hey man, you look kind of busy. How's your personal life going? How's this? How's that? I see business is going really good for you. Like I noticed that, your arms are not looking as big. I say if you do push-ups and at least 20 times a day and every hour, if you go with me that approach, I'll be friends with you and I'll wait for the next video to come. And probably 3 days later will be another message from the same person being like, hey man, have you tried it? How's that going? I'm keeping you accountable, man. I'm here for you. That's an easier conversation to be had. And then all he posts is just constant this and that. And I'm doing this for fitness and I'm doing that
Mhm.
for fitness and this works and that works and value, 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 value. man, like he'll get my attention better than as opposed to that Instagram DM that comes in and says, "Hey, have you worked? Are you taking on buyer leads right now? Like, if you're not, my company offers this. Like, I'm not interested. Don't talk to me ever
Yeah.
again." And I block them. Not interested. Come at
Yeah.
me from a personal approach. Talk to me directly. I love when people reach out to me and like, Ed, dude, how's everything going since your hockey injury back in 2014 at Penn State? When you played for Penn State. Holy shit, you got my attention. Like, you know something that not many people know. Now I'm listening. What's up? Right? And now we start talking. Like people don't invest their time into you,
Yeah.
and so yeah, that's my
Right
that
on,
makes sense.
man. Bringing the humanity to social media. I love that.
That's
A
up.
little bit
That's
of a
up.
personality. Now,
Yes.
last question before I let you go, because I don't want you to miss the flight. If you could be a superhero, who's your character?
Oh man, asking the wrong person. I'm not a superhero guy. Let's see. Let's see.
5,
Damn.
4, 3,
I don't know anyone but what's his
2.
name? Superman.
Superman.
Superman. He's a leader. He's a leader. Everyone knows him for who he is. So, or the person that can see like X-ray or see through people's clothes and stuff. I like that person.
I wonder why.
So I can see if they have business cards on them or not.
Yeah, good.
Right, right.
Thanks, bro. Well, listen, it's always so good to connect with you. I really appreciate it. Certainly myself, I get so much value out of this. Have a safe flight, my man.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for
Always a
having me
pleasure,
on.
bro.
Ciao.
Peace out. Ciao.